us and the co-participants in this training. We want to appreciate all of you for always taking time to be part of the presentation. My name is Tahuli Joshua. I'm the registrar of the Institute of Global Peace and Conflict Management, and uh, I've been the one training our participants in the various courses, and we have done training on ADR, that is Alternative Dispute Resolution. And after the training, what we are doing now is about the theoretical training. What we are doing now is the practical training, and we are doing what we call simulation training. And so we grouped ourselves, and today we are having Group 28 do their presentation. So we have members of Group 28 are here. I will allow them to introduce themselves, tell us their name, their role in the group. After that, I will read the case they are going to address here, and from there we'll progress. So, members of Group 28, I welcome you, and I would like you to introduce yourselves to the audience, let them know whom they are interacting with. So, you can go ahead with your introduction.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ambassador Dr. Halima Nuhu, and I will be the negotiator today in this simulation exercise. Thank you.
You're welcome. Next person, go ahead and introduce yourself. Please, next person, go ahead and introduce yourself. You people should go ahead and introduce yourself now. Why are you people? Unmute yourself and go ahead and introduce yourself. Why are you people behaving like that?
Hello, good evening. My name is Abubakar Kamaldin. I'm the complainant.
Yes, the next person. Alpha, introduce yourself now. Mr. Alpha, can you go ahead and introduce yourself? Alpha, go ahead and introduce yourself. Are you not hearing us? Mr. Alpha, can't you hear us? Are you not hearing us? Can't you hear me? Mr. Halima, tell Alpha to introduce himself. I don't know whether he's not hearing me or I don't understand what's the problem. Ambassador Halima, can you hear me? Abaka, can you hear me?
Alpha Usman, can you introduce yourself?
So, our viewers, we are having a conflict here. So, we'll try to resolve this conflict before they will resolve their own case. that they came to address. All right.
Yeah, my name is
Alpha
Alpha
Usman,
Usman.
can you introduce yourself?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Please, can you introduce yourself?
My name is Alpha Usman.
And your role today?
Alpha, what is your role in the group?
Alpha Usman, can you hear
Hello.
me?
Can you hear me?
Alpha, what is your role? We can hear you. What is your role in the group?
I barely can hear you, sir.
Alpha Usman, can
Are
you
you not
hear
using
me?
earphone? Please
Alpha Usman, can you
increase
hear me?
the volume of your handset now. Increase the volume of your handset or your device so that you can hear us well. I think you are using earphone. You should hear us well. Please, can the rest of us mute our mic? I'll back and mute your mic, please.
Hello? Hello?
I'll back and
Can
mute
you
your
hear me?
mic. Mute your mic. Osman, can you tell us your role in the group? Mr. Osman, please, can you go ahead and tell us your role? Are you still there? Problem. All right, to our audience, we want to crave your indulgence to give us a little time. Seems the other person is struggling with network. We hope that he will reconnect soon so that we'll proceed. But for now, let's have we have the members of Group 28. They are here. We have Ambassador Halima, who is going to serve as the negotiator. We have Abubakar, who is going to serve as the complainant. And of course, seems that Alpha was to serve as the defendant, but he's struggling with his network. So let's give them a little time to reconnect for us to continue. So Ambassador Halima, you would have prepared another person to be on a standby in case somebody was not having a good network. Be that
I
as
wouldn't
may.
mind. I wouldn't mind to actually do the role of defendant as well. So the weather is actually poor, and I know he's in Abuja, and the weather is actually not very good today.
Okay. Or maybe it depends on the kind of network he's using. Like myself, I'm using Airtel. I don't know about you, but it's somehow relatively stable here.
I'm also using
All
Airtel
right,
too.
so okay, so it's relatively stable. So let's see how we can proceed with this. Ambassador Harima, can you progress? Let's progress from here. In case if you know the two of you can be able to do it, let's just progress. Let's see how things unfold. I don't know
Okay.
whether he'll be able to connect back. If he can, that will be fine.
Okay. If we can connect back, I've already asked him to try and reconnect back with us.
All right, that's fine.
So we can go ahead and start.
So let me just read the case group 28 are going to present today, so that we will have a background understanding of what the case are about. And for group 28, we have a case of a negotiation matter. So we're going to use negotiation to address the matter. And so group 28 are going to address the case that has to do with community and government, community versus government infrastructure issue. So this is what they're going to look into this evening. So community and government infrastructure negotiation. That's what we're looking at. That's the case title. Community and government infrastructure negotiation. So a scenario. Let's look at the scenario. A local community is negotiating with the government over the development of a new highway that will impact the neighborhood. The government argues that the highway will reduce traffic, while the community is concerned about pollution and noise. Objective. What is our objective here? What are we trying to look at? What are we trying to achieve in this conversation, in this negotiation? Reach a compromise that addresses both the community's concerns and the government's infrastructural goals. Reach a compromise that addresses both the community's concerns and the government's infrastructural goals. So that is the goal. So the negotiation is going to focus on achieving that which is the concern of the both parties. So let's see how group 28 will address this issue. Let's see whether they have the knowledge of of uh, of negotiation very well. Let's see their skills. So let them go ahead and demonstrate the skills so that we can see. So you at the comment section, observe and make your observations and then see how we progress. Thank you very much. You can proceed now.
Okay. Thank you very much for giving Group 28 the opportunity to present this negotiation simulation exercise today. Good day, everyone. And Mr. Abubakar Kamaldeen, the complainant, I believe,
Please,
and Ms.
please, all the other group members, please mute your mic while she's. Once she's done speaking, you can unmute if you are the next person to speak. Please.
So, good day, everyone. And Mr. Abubakar Kamaldeen, the complainant, I believe, and Mr. Usman Alpha, the defendant. I appreciate you both for taking the time and step to approach the Institute of Global Peace and Conflict Management today to have your matters resolved. Basically, as this will be an online negotiation exercise, you both can appreciate online dispute resolution, that with the aid of an advancement of technology, we can now all resolve conflict easily online, except for network challenges, which we may actually face or may occur occasionally. Is that not correct, Mr. Kamaldeen and Mr. Alpha?
Yes. You are right, ma.
Okay, so Mr. Abubakar Kamaldeen, the complainant, and Mr. Alpha Usman, the defendant, can you confirm that you both have agreed for me to act as your negotiator today?
Yes, ma.
Okay, so my name is Ambassador Dr. Halima Nuhu. I've been assigned by the Institute of Global Peace and Conflict Management to act as your negotiator today. I'm a certified negotiator and mediator, and we've handled similar cases in the past. And this is one of just of many that, we'll be able to hopefully resolve today. We have over 95% success rate, dealing particularly with similar cases in the past. Myself, I've got over 15 years experience as a negotiator and even a mediator to help parties like yourself resolve their concerns amicably in a cooperative manner. Before I begin today, may I start by stating what the ground rules will be? I will appreciate if there is no interruption once one party is speaking. And also, I'll appreciate if you can kindly mute your mic when one party is also speaking. I will appreciate if you can also try as much as possible to listen attentively to what one party is saying. If you have any observations and concerns, you may have that written down, which we may later on rely on. Is that okay with you both? Kamaldeen,
Yes,
can you
ma'am.
hear me? The complainant
Yes, ma'am.
presently.
Yes, it's okay with
Okay.
me.
Okay. Thank you very much. This will just help us to avoid any background noises and disruptions that can actually affect the negotiation process today. So thank you both for choosing negotiation today as one of the various methods in ADR used to resolve disputes without going to court. I must say this is a very good choice for the particular matter at hand. And this will actually help you both to communicate effectively and directly to settle your disputes, and also allows for it's highly flexible also, basically. And you both can then have total control over the outcome. Negotiation is also very cost effective and highly confidential, and is a voluntary process as well. Is that understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So thank you once again. Like I said, I'll be acting solely as a neutral third-party negotiator today. And if any case the matter is not resolved, which you're hoping it will, I will be more than happy to act as your mediator as well. I'll be playing a more active role to see that this complaint is actually settled. So as your negotiator today, I'll be helping you both to identify and discuss your issues. I will attempt to work out a solution which is mutually acceptable to you both. May I also state to you that you have total control of the process and the outcome, and it's going to be more of a problem-solving approach. Is that understood, Mr. Kamaldeen and Mr.
Yes,
Alpha
ma'am.
Usman?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that understood? Okay. So my purpose today as a negotiator will be to help facilitate communication from you for you both, and you will be able to resolve this matter hopefully, and I will be able to gather as much information so that both of you can see the bigger picture. It will be a very collaborative problem-solving approach that we'll be using today. I will help you both to clarify and identify your interests, after which I've listened to you both and we've reached an agreement. We'll be drafting the terms of that agreement.
Abubakar, please mute your mic. Abubakar, mute your mic, please.
So after I've listened to you both, and we've reached an agreement, I'll be helping you draft the terms of the settlement. However, I will have to do a recap first on what was agreed. I will summarize the points to you. Is that okay with you both?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this negotiation process, I believe we have already had a contact earlier, and we've agreed that this will cost you about 50,000 an hour, including VAT. That will be the professional fee. And so today I'll be negotiating basically on a matter before the Institute of Global Peace and Conflict Management, hereafter referred to as IGPCM. I believe that this involves a community and government infrastructural goals over the development of a highway that will impact the neighborhood of Bernawa community. The government is actually arguing that this will reduce traffic congestion.
Ambassador Halima.
And
Ambassador Halima,
yes, yes,
can you hear me?
yes, I can hear
Can you
you.
hear me? Are you connected to two devices?
Yes, I can hear you.
You connected to two devices?
No, just one. No, just one device. Just one device. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello?
I can hear you, ma.
You can hear me, yeah?
Yes, ma.
Mr. Joshua, can you hear me?
I can hear you. You can progress.
Okay, I can proceed. Okay. So today I will be negotiating on behalf of a matter before the Institute of Global Peace and Conflict Management, thereafter referred to as IGPCM. I believe this involves a community and government infrastructural goals over the development of a highway that will impact the neighborhood of Bernawa community. The government is actually arguing that it will reduce traffic congestion in Bernawa community, and Bernawa community is more concerned about the potential noise and pollution that this may cause. So as your assigned negotiator today, please be rest assured that I will be helping you both to reach a compromise that will address your concerns. And so at this point now, I would like to call on the complainant, Mr. Abubakar Kamaldeen, to lay your concerns regarding the infrastructure
Ambassador Halima.
program. Yes?
Ambassador Halima,
Yes?
please can you disconnect and reconnect back?
Okay.
So Abba, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly, sir.
All right. So whenever Ambassador Halima is on and is speaking, always remember to mute your mic unless you are to talk, because that's what
All
causes
right.
the problem. Then,
All right, sir.
Alpha, can you hear us now?
Yeah, I can hear you, sir.
So can you mute your mic?
Come again, please.
So,
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Have you people gone far?
You said?
Have you gone far?
No, not yet. No. We are still. Ambassador Alima, she wanted to act as the defendant before because of your network issue.
I really don't know. Something that we tried not long ago. I don't know what's going on.
You said what?
See, I don't know what's going on. Something that we tried not long ago.
No, it is the weather now. The weather in Abuja there is very poor.
It's cloudy here, about to rain. Sir.
Yeah, yeah. You which network are you using?
I'm using MTN.
Oh, okay, that's why. That's why. If you are using Airtel before, it will have been better.
Yeah.
Uh, okay.
Let's proceed, please.
Okay. So at this point, I would like to call on the complainant, Mr. Abubakar Kamaldeen, to please state your concerns regarding the infrastructural development project by the government, and maybe even reasons why you approached the Institute of Global Peace and Conflict Management today. So, Mr. Kamaldeen, please, can you lay your complaints before us?
All right. Good evening. Thank you, Ambassador Alimat, for giving me the opportunity to lay my complaint in this group. So my complaint is that I wanted to complain about pertaining to the highway that the federal government wanted to construct at Banawa community. Hello, are you with me?
Yes, we can hear you.
So concerning the highway that the government wanted to construct in the Banawa community, so my
Okay.
concern is the pollution and the noising that will affect the people of the community, and
Okay.
at the same time again the affected areas, people that has building there like farmland and other things that the compensation that the government will be giving to them. So those are my concern. Thank you, ma.
Okay. Okay. So thank you, the complainant, Mr. Abubakar Kamaldeen, for laying your complaints. May I please call on the defendant, also Mr. Alpha Usman, to respond to the complainant's concerns, after which I will then go ahead to clarify both concerns and what the main objective of reaching a compromise will be to address both Barnawa's community concerns and that of the government infrastructural goals. So, Mr. Alpha
Thank you.
Usman, please, can you go ahead and respond to that?
Thank you, Mr. Kamaldeen Abubakar, for presenting your concerns to us about Barnawa community. Be rest assured, we will be happy to compromise and reach a mutual beneficial on this matter. As we have stated, this highway will undoubtedly reduce traffic problem, insecurity, and also be of economic importance. That is, connects communities in terms of trade, enabling access to education, health, and social service. This road will reduce accidents within your community. It will also enhance disaster response. That is, it will enable response to natural disasters. The highway will help create more decent jobs and also assist the military in mobilization and response to operation. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead, please.
The road will also facilitate transportation of agricultural products to the market and other communities. It is also important for you to know that the road will enhance urban planning and development. It will also enhance poverty reduction. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Alpha Usman, the defendant. We've heard your own reasons, and now I believe at this point, I would like to refer you to what the laws governing noise and pollution in Nigeria states. So we're looking at the Environmental Act, particularly in this matter, and I'll be referring to the National Environmental Standards and Regulation Enforcement Agency, NESTRIA, which states that it is illegal to have noise pollution with penalties that can range from fine to imprisonment. Also, when you look at the provisions of the environmental laws and regulations in Nigeria, it has also stated clearly that pollution, as well as the Harmful Waste Special Criminal Provisions Act of 1988. I would like to draw your close attention to Section 27 of NESTRIA. So that's the same National Environmental Standards and Regulations Enforcement Agency Act. It actually states basically that discharge in such harmful quantities of any hazardous substance into the air is prohibited, except where such discharge is permitted or authorized under any laws in force in Nigeria. Is that understood? The defendant, are you aware of all these laws and regulations in place?
Yes, ma'am.
Alpha Usman, are you aware of that? Okay. So
Yes,
now,
ma'am, I'm aware.
basically, okay, so I would like to now ask if there's anything perhaps that you can do differently to actually maybe reconsider so that the concerns of the complainant can be met. Is there anything you can do differently, please, to address those concerns
Thank you,
of the
ma'am.
complainant? Mr. Alpha Usman, I'm calling on you. Is there anything you can do differently to ease the concerns of the complainant?
Thank you, ma'am. We have also met with the elders of the community and other representatives. They are also happy with the matter we raised. If you insist, we will be glad to address your concerns and look into this to avoid noise pollution. Air quality monitoring, reduce the speed limit to control traffic flow and also restrict the use of heavy rides. Sustainable drainages, we will ensure that noise barriers are used to reduce noise reaching sensitive areas. Stormwater management system. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Alpha Usman, for those recommendations. Basically, now I'm going to call on Abubakar Kamaldeen. Abubakar Kamaldeen, we seem to have lost him. These are one of the challenges we face with ODR. So we've lost Abubakar Kamaldeen. I was just going to find out from him whether if he's happy with those recommendations which the defendant has just stated that he's going to carry out in Barnawa community. So moving forward, I'm just going to do a quick recap of the agreement. Basically, I believe the defendant now has agreed that the community elders will be consulted on the importance of the highway construction. And also the project is going to follow key rules and regulations of construction, and necessary compensations will be paid to community members who may be affected. That's either their houses or their farmlands as well. So, and he will definitely ensure that noise barriers are used and install quieter road surfaces, reducing speed limits,
Yes,
controlling traffic flows,
you're right, ma'am.
restricting the use of heavy vehicles at certain times of the day.
You're right.
Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am, you're right.
Okay. So on this basis, I would like to say that we'll be closing. I would like to say that you both have to kindly note that we'll be following up closely on this. So to ensure the solutions that you've actually stated are actually met. And after the meeting, we'll be sharing a copy of our discussions with you both parties, that is yourself and the complainant precisely,
Okay.
What is expected of you is to acknowledge receipt of those email. Can you confirm your email to be alphaosman@gmail.com?
Yes, you're right.
Okay. Okay, so I'll be sharing the terms of settlement to your email, and this is actually binding on both parties, and as it stands as a contract, which may be enforceable by the courts. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so thank you both for choosing us, IGPCM, as your negotiators today, and we're glad that these issues have now been resolved, and we hope your
Thank you
concerns
very
have
much.
also been met. We'll be following up
Yes, ma'am.
closely, like I said, to check on the progress in due course. If there's anything in particular, I will actually schedule a caucus meeting with each one of you, and that way we can be reviewing the implementation of that agreement. Is that understood, Mr. Alpha Usman?
Understood, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so we'll be glad if you both can actually give us a feedback also on the negotiation process for today, as this will actually improve other future sessions which we're going to have. And so I would like to say a very big thank you to the complainant, Mr. Abubakar Kamaldeen, and the defendant, Mr. Alpha Usman, for contacting the Institute
Thank
of
you very
Global
much,
Peace
ma'am.
and Conflict Management today. And we hope these issues have been resolved, and we'll be awaiting your feedback on the process. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We really appreciate your effort towards this negotiation. We promise to obey the law and all the concerns being tabled to us by the complainant and are being met in due course. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That's the end of our presentation today. Thank you.
Ambassador Halima, your people are disappearing. They don't want to hear my judgment.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Is the network? The weather today is very bad in Abuja, so I can understand. But funny enough, just before we actually stated that we're ready, like the networks were all fine. So I don't know what happened. I think maybe it's because of the rain. It's actually raining where I am right now as well. So
It's so cloudy here too.
it's raining.
So yeah, actually,
Mr. Abubakar Kamaldeen is actually in Ilorin, so I can understand the network. So
well, actually, the network is bad because I can hear you speak. I'm hearing you double. As I'm speaking to you now, I'm hearing myself double as well. So it's affecting my communication. So, but be that as it may, if we have done well in a normal negotiation setting, so it's like we are having a delay conversation. So after we speak, after a long while, you begin to come back again. So it's affect. So it's actually affecting our conversation, but by and large, people have done well. And in a normal negotiation, both parties are supposed to come with their maybe their lawyers or their professional negotiators to engage. Although there are instances of maybe negotiators speaking on behalf of both parties, interacting with parties like that. So someone was saying that you were, like Ambassador Halima, you were taking over the negotiation or the presentation. But I understand it's possible that, okay, so I'll give you scores. Maybe, okay, but I'll give you 25 because the network affected your presentation. And of course, it's one of the disadvantages of using ODR. Like you have stated, ODR is one of the disadvantages, so it's one of the challenges. But practically, people have done well. The coordination, if not because of network issues, I think it would have been better. But in the process, the network was so much frustrating. I can see, I can hear you. That's why I cannot speak for, because I'm hearing myself back again. It's affecting my conversation with you. But you have 25 marks, and I think that's a good mark for you. So thank you for your job well done. See
Thank
you
you
in the
very much.
exam.
All right. Thank you so much.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. We're very grateful.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.